Welcome to OtakuSandGeeks.com. Justin here, back with more video game reviews, and today we are going to be talking about the video game Grin Guardians Demon Purge. This has been reviewed on my Nintendo Switch Lite, so all the gameplay you see here are from my Nintendo Switch Lite. As always, we talk about story first, so here's a brief synopsis. Here we go. When a demon castle darkens the land, two sisters challenge its halls. Together, they can break the curse. In order to save their school after it turns into a massive demonic castle, two demon hunter sisters slash and shoot their way through this 2D action adventure. And that is the whole synopsis, and the whole story of this basically is just that. You have your two sisters, Shinobu and Maya, as they are actually going to school, but this evil demon who has a connection to them decides to play a little prank on them and turn their realm into the demon realm and merge the two in kind of like this convergence. And it's up to Maya and Shinobu to kind of change it back in, save the world. It's actually a fun story here. It has some cutscenes in here, as you can see, told in like the RPG element type of style, and it works very well. It has English and Japanese dub. More dub on the Japanese front, but we'll get into that a little bit when we talk about the sound. But I want to talk first about, of course, the graphics here. And the graphics, the game is gorgeous. It's very beautiful. If you have played these Metrovania type of style games, you're used to these type of sprite, 2D sprite, side-scrolling aesthetics, and this is no different. One thing I really do like about this game is the way it looks. It's the fact that the backgrounds, the textures that's being used, and if you can see here in the background with that purple cloud that really emphasizes the darkness of the world that's going on. The way the maps are built, the way that the castle is built, is very reminiscent of your Metroid and your Castlevania. So obviously it's very heavy inspired there. There are some 3D background textures that I thought worked very well. Frame rate is solid. Does not have had no hiccups on this, and definitely there shouldn't be any hiccups with a 2D game, people. And it's just a very gorgeous. I like the designs of the levels. It's a very gorgeous game to look at, and runs very well on the Switch Lite. Now the gameplay is where the game really does shine. And first, I gotta also say this. I didn't mention this about the story. For those who are familiar with a game called Galgun Double Piece. These are the same characters for this. So yes, this is from the Galgun universe. But now back to the gameplay and story. So the gameplay here is just like I said, it just plays like your typical Metrovania type of style. You go from one area to one area, and there's also other areas that you can explore. One thing I like about this one is the fact that you're able to switch out your character at will. You can switch between Shinobu and you can switch between Maya as you go up to the castle. This is a classic go up to the top floor to defeat the ultimate boss type of game. And each girl plays differently. Maya plays well with melee and short hand to hand combat up front. She is actually more of the stronger of the two, while Shinobu is more of a long range type of demon slayer. With her guns, you will have to use them at a distance, such in certain scenarios such as this. One thing I really do like is the fact the game puts it into a place that you have to decide and you have to know when is the time to use which type of character. When it comes to distances, it's time to use Shinobu. When you have characters that are being more up close and personal, it's time to switch to Maya. And it works very well. And they do a great job of balancing the two so the player gets used to using both of these players. And just in typical Metrovania style, as you progress through the castle, you'll get more upgrades, you'll get more weapons. That's really going to aid you on this. And as I say, each of the floors gets much, much tougher. It gets a little bit crazy, but it does fall on the easy side, even for playing it on casual. When you play it on casual, as you can see from the footage here, you have unlimited lives. Meaning that you can die and you can respawn, unlimited continues, I should say, as opposed to when you're playing on normal mode, you have a certain amount of lives, and after that, well, you're on your own. And I will have to say the game works very well. And when it comes to boss battles, this is where the game shines. The boss battles are so good, so clever, so challenging, even on casual. It goes into the same fact of learning the patterns but it still works. They're so colorful, they're so unique for each battle. I had a hell of a time, fun doing this. And of course, just like any Metrovania game, you have your ultimate attacks, and this one is no different with Shinobu and them. So we're gonna talk a little bit about the sound quality of the game in a minute, but I just want to say one more thing about the gameplay. It's addictive. You're gonna have so much fun with this. It does fall a little bit on the short side. You can, if you just speed running through this, you could probably beat this in, I will say, maybe 2 hours or so. If you really speed running it, 2 hours, 3 hours the max. It's a fun game though. I really enjoy it, and definitely addictive gameplay. So let's talk a little bit about the sound.
Thank you. Go hide somewhere safe.
Music is actually pretty good. I think the music fits in this type of genre of the game that we're used to playing. I would like to have a little bit more variety type when it comes to sound wise. Voice acting is solid when it comes to Japanese dub, which has a little bit more of the dialogue performances when it comes to the cutscenes, while the English dub has a little bit of it, but you mostly hear the English dub when it comes to bits and pieces of such as grunts, and as you saw with the person getting rescued when it comes to English. My final thoughts on this game, I would say definitely buy this one. Grim Guardians is a nice Metrovania type of style, and if you're a good fan of gun piece, double piece, I should say, then you might want to see more of this world and more of these characters. It's a fun game. It's solid. I really enjoyed this. I'm really not much of a Metrovania fan, but I had a hell of a time with this. So I'm going to give this a solid B+. This is Justin from otakusgeeks.com saying, later days, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.